to Culture on Tap. This is our Get to Know You this week. Again, this week we have our lovely wives with us. It's me, Dale Young, my wife Michelle, and then we've got Ranger Joe on the other camera and his wife Jessica Lynn. I will refrain from saying her nickname that I have for her.
What is it?
You know.
I know, but I can't think of it.
Well,
all I can think right now is like a country song. Just the way. So it sounds like it's a country song.
I mean, it makes me sound country.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're all here. If you haven't liked and subscribed to our episode, we'd love for you to do that. Again, this is our Get to Know You. Then Wednesday we will come out with our next episode, which will be Range and Jessica in the hot seat. And our podcast comes out at 2 p.m. and our show will come out at 4. I'm excited because Range is not.
You aggressively turn towards
I
me. That's the swap. From Zootopia.
Yes. So I'm excited because Range usually is not one that just
Opens up.
speaks a lot of words. So this will be the
We'll
fastest.
see.
Well, this will be the fastest episode of Culture on Tap ever, or we might see a whole new song.
I am interested to learn some things.
Learn some things.
I think I'm going to learn some things about friend range.
So we'll see. So let's get to this week's Get to Know You. Again, as you're watching this, we still have not, officially when they see this one, we have none of us left yet.
Well, we don't know when this one's actually going to air.
Yes.
We could be recording out of order.
We're not recording out of order.
This would be the Monday we're leaving.
The week of we're
No,
leaving.
this is the week
We're
after.
not
The week
leaving
before.
on Monday.
No, this is the week before.
Shoot, y'all, I don't know.
No,
We
this is
ain't
the
left
week.
yet.
This is the week.
Whether we've left or not, this is our
Don't
month.
matter.
This is when we've been counting
We're
down
in
to
Disney
Disney.
season.
We're at Disney, so this Get to Know You will be Disney as well. So the question for today is, there's 4 parks at World. You get to ride one ride at each park. What ride are you riding?
I'm not going first.
Okay. Well,
Range should go first.
Range, go first. You pick the park, and then we'll go from there, Range. We'll all do the same park. And then I'll go Jessica.
Yeah. Okay. So I get to pick the park that we're choosing and my ride.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to start with Animal Kingdom. And
This is going to be easy one for you.
it's not though. No, it's not.
This one's hard for me.
Yeah, this one's hard because it's between 2 rides.
Me too. Me too.
I don't know that our 2 rides are the
They're
same
probably
though.
not.
It's between 2 rides, 3, 2. It ain't guaranteed. I know what to say.
So the 2 rides
this
that
is
it's
easy for
between
me.
for me
I know it's easy.
Like-
is Safari and Flight of Passage.
It's a good one. Those are both good ones.
But if I can only ride one, Flight of Passage.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Never.
That is a mic
I don't think-
drop.
I don't think it's wrong. I'm just shocked.
I almost changed my answer based off of the way you phrased it. If I could only ride one. If I was going into Animal Kingdom and I could only ride one ride.
It's not only one ride forever.
No, I know.
just
but
this one
that's
time.
what
It's not your turn.
I wasn't going to say what it is. I was saying the way he phrased it almost made me change my answer.
Oh,
Wow.
Mine's easy. It's going to be Flight of Passage.
okay.
Like you
Really?
can't. What did you think it was
Who
going to
are
be?
these animal people?
I
mean-
swore.
But I wouldn't say that's a ride. I mean, okay, it's a ride. Safari, it's not.
I'm not against you.
I love
No,
Flight of
Safari.
Passage,
So-
technology-wise, is one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Like,
Here's my
especially the
justification.
queue. You
Okay.
feel like you're in the movie.
My
Yes.
justification.
Oh, it's a great ride.
We're staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge, so I get my feel
Of the
There.
animals.
of the animals, of the safari animals
Yeah.
there, and so if I could only ride one,
I would have guessed that y'all both would have said Safari. I mean, I don't think it's wrong. I would have guessed y'all would both said Safari.
Flabbergasted from both of them. Because I almost said, as I was saying earlier, that if I can only ride one ride, if I'm walking into Animal Kingdom, riding one thing and leaving, it's probably Safari for me. But the question is not that. The question is your favorite ride.
No, it's not.
no,
What's the question?
you're only
getting-
ride one.
So you walk in Animal Kingdom, you only get to ride one ride, and then you have to leave.
Yeah, I
It's the
think.
end of the night.
I-
End of the night.
Oh, that changes it.
It doesn't have to be
No, it's not the end of the
I'm
night.
literally just trying to think of like
Nighttime safari is
Nighttime Safari is lame.
You gotta hit it.
Whoa.
No, dusk is where
Dusk
Dusk
is
is great. Nighttime, not so much.
one ride.
You're
we
walking
might
in.
establish the time of day.
Sorry.
yeah. You're walking in, getting on,
Leaving.
leaving, and you do get to go through the queue.
Okay, so it's not my favorite ride.
Why do you have
Hands down,
disclaimer?
it's because I feel like I need
Because
to.
she has 6 favorite
I
rides
know
Yeah.
this is not my favorite
in that
ride.
park.
There's only 7.
But if I'm only riding one, I feel like the most unique thing to Animal Kingdom that I'm gonna ride is gonna be the safari.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
So
I'm surprised.
so
We're
far.
flabbergasted all around.
So let me give
It's
my
a day of
reason why
shock.
it's not going to be Safari. Because if I only get to ride one ride, you never know if it's going to be a hit or miss
You're
on
right.
Safari.
That is
And if
true.
I get to ride one ride and
I want it to
all
be a
the
hit.
lines are hidden and nobody's doing
Yeah.
them,
Yeah.
I'm mad.
No, I get it.
So for me, it boils down to Flight of Passage or
Kilimanjaro. No,
Everest?
I mean
Everest.
Everest.
Everest. And this is very, very difficult for me.
I would go Everest.
Why are you
Because
picking?
I felt like Everest needed. That was my other one.
I can pick for myself. Last time I checked, I'm all the way grown. Thanks.
I'm just saying, when Charlie watches this, if nobody picks Everest, she's going to be
Everest
upset.
is the one I was gonna pick.
I feel like
So that's why I'm bullying you into picking Everest. So
you're not bullying me. You picked the animal ride, so I don't want to hear it. I feel like if I'm only riding one, I'm gonna go Everest solely because I love everything about that ride.
Yeah.
Even though I probably should do Flight of Passage because there's nothing else in any other parks like it.
That's
There's
true.
other roller coasters I could ride
Mhm.
that have a very good chance of getting picked. But I'm gonna go Everest because I love Everest. So
Everest.
back up.
Yeah.
Ranger Joe.
Oh, that was hard
That was,
You may-
yeah. And,
for Animal Kingdom.
right. Okay, so, we'll kind of flip-flop on my order of parks. So now we'll go to Hollywood. And I would say if I'm going to Hollywood Studios and only able to ride one, and seeing, golly, I feel like Michelle. I have 2 again.
I mean,
I have 2.
No,
This one's
this
easy
is-
for me.
this is the
And it's-
easiest park of all parks.
It's easier, but obviously it's between Rockin' and Tower, and I'm going Tower.
Good job.
Nice.
Welcome to the party.
Thanks.
That would 100% be the one. Like, that's hands down. I have to ride it.
Yeah.
Have to ride it.
Same.
I remember as a kid, like, hearing people scream
Uh-huh.
in the park and, like, just big-eyed, like, what is going on?
Yeah.
That's also when I got my invisible dog because I was...
You don't know what that is.
Hold
You don't know what that is.
up.
So, like,
This is a fun
my-
I'm gonna
This is
assume.
what organic happens. This is how organic happens.
I'm gonna assume somebody paid money
For an invisible
So-
for
dog.
you to have
so my
an
parents...
invisible dog.
Yeah, my parents... Hey, can you just, like, what? I'm just, like, really worried you're going to, like, bump into this and... Sorry.
I've
My
been,
parents
I've been
would
around
only let
30
me-
something years.
Almost
38.
40. Almost 40.
38.
Mint
Disney
30s.
That's what mint means. So like my parents told us we could like only get one like gift or whatever, and I guess that was
She picked the invisible
yeah,
dog.
because
Do you
people
know- do you know
they'd
what
be
that is?
walking around with it,
Yeah.
and it's
You know what
barking,
that
and I'm like, I need that.
You just hold
Little-
your hand.
No,
Yeah.
it's like a leash that you hold, and your hand goes
You're
in.
like,
You just hold
are you saying my wife's so dumb we convinced her?
No. So anyway, it's like this like metal thing, and it goes down, and it has a little harness, and people just be walking around with it.
So
And
they,
making- and
you
making
actually
dogs-
got something for your
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, and
They
they'd be,
didn't just
You've
say,
never seen
poof,
this.
here's
and
your...
no, and people.
No!
I thought it actually barked because people would be walking around and like they pretended the dog is sniffing you and they would bark. I'm little, okay, back up. And so I was convinced I needed the invisible dog, and that was the gift I got when we went to Disney. But I just remember the people screaming, and it was from Tower.
With her.
Okay,
Later, I tried to put my cat in that, and it was Bad News Bears like got crazy, and it's like whipping the thing around the house.
Duh, cats and dogs don't get along.
Got in trouble.
So let's just rewind. I don't know what was better. The fact that Jess got convinced, because it's a leash, clearly it has a metal wire in it
Yeah.
to make it stiff.
Hold its form.
To
Yeah.
hold its form. And that's what she bought. But I don't know that that's better, or the fact that Range thought her parents convinced her, I want to have a souvenir. We just got you this dog. Like there's
Give me $10.
Really? Is that far fetched?
So you said tower.
Tower.
I mean, I guess we're all riding tower together because it's the only ride. It is by far the best ride at Hollywood Studios. Disclaimer for y'all though, Hollywood would not be number 2 for me.
Okay, but pause. There's
I didn't say Hollywood was number 2.
I mean, not Hollywood, Rock and Roller Coaster. It's not number 2.
Oh.
Rock and Roller Coaster's not number 2 for me either.
Oh,
Really?
It'd be 2 for me.
Oh,
We're on the
no.
same page. We can ride it
What's-
together.
I don't love Rocket.
I don't either.
So
It's
what would be
fun.
number
Like
2?
I want to ride it, but I can only do it once. It makes me tired. I'm at that age in life.
Mid 40s. I mean,
Probably.
30s.
Probably either Toy Story Mania or Rise of Resistance would probably.
Those would be mine too. That would be choosing.
I mean,
We can do it
I'm always
again.
gonna
Yeah, we
ride.
ride Rock and
I'm
Roll.
always gonna ride Rock and Roll,
Yeah.
but it's not. I don't love it like other people do.
I agree.
So
And I think because part of it is the theming too.
yeah, I don't love that. I don't love
Yeah.
the whole Aerosmith. I love Aerosmith. I feel like it's just
They could probably do more with that ride.
I
If
wish,
they changed it to
I
like
wish they
rethemed
would
it.
change it to Powerline
Oh,
from the Goofy movie.
gosh.
That would be
then
cool.
That would be
I might-
super
That would be
cool.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Somebody should tell.
There's so many
do that.
things you can do with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll just let them know.
Somebody
We'll,
should.
we'll send them an email.
Yeah, let Bob know.
You're back up.
Not
Randy
Steve.
Joe.
Steve don't have nothing to do with it. Okay, so next we'll go to Epcot. So,
The last two are going to be a doozy.
yeah. So
It's
I'm
not
gonna
really
let
hard for me.
Jessica go first on Epcot.
Okay, well, we haven't got to ride Cosmic Rewind, which I heard that's really great. But if I'm going and can only ride one ride, I'm going straight for Arendelle, and I'm riding Frozen.
Yeah.
Riding Frozen. Riding Frozen. 100%. I need to let it go.
Mm.
Going backwards, right?
Going backwards. I can't wait for the boys to ride that with me
I can
and
see
to
it
sing.
Either they enjoy it,
They hate it.
or it scares the crap out. Either way, I'm happy.
Oh,
I just
Oh,
hope they get like a good picture and they're screaming.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a tough one for you.
Yeah.
Are you going to be disrespectful right now?
I think he is. I see it in
What
space.
is it going to be between? Like, what's going on up
Living with the
upstairs?
land.
Well, there's clearly living with the land.
Oh, I forgot that was there.
Whoa! We're going to have to add a question
We're
to
gonna
there.
have to add some stuff to this next episode. Like, who really are you? No, I mean, yeah, I can't do it. It's living with the land.
What were you even considering?
I mean, because like I would love to join my wife on Frozen,
Uh-huh.
but I'm going.
I would.
All
I
by
would
myself or
personally-
not.
I would rather ride Living with the Land than Frozen, and I love them both. I love Living with the Land.
Yeah.
You don't enjoy the let it go and falling backwards?
I do.
With
but
me?
I would
Like,
rather.
I love that ride.
I didn't say. I didn't. I just said I love it.
I was really hoping Range was going to say Spaceship Earth.
Not quite.
Gosh, this is hard. If I could only ride one thing, I don't know. You go.
So
I know what you're saying.
honestly, for me, it's not that I love Cosmic Rewind,
Yeah.
and I would argue that it is the best roller coaster at Disney now. However, it doesn't have the nostalgia for me
Yeah.
to win.
Yeah.
Mine is Spaceship Earth, because for me, if I don't ride Spaceship Earth, I did not do Epcot. Because for me, the golf ball is the most iconic thing in Disney.
Yeah.
I more than the castle. That's what I remember distinctly. When I saw it the first time, it blew me away to the point where like I could not figure out how this thing was held up. And then you got to go inside it. Like I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. And I love history. Clearly, some of our friends don't know that, and Well,
he's,
these
not,
two.
he's not sure who the Phoenicians
So,
are.
just to explain,
Why were they thinking
the other two friends on this episode either make out or sleep on this episode.
Absolutely.
You'll never know. You will
No,
never know.
and it's a great, it is a
dark.
phenomenal ride to
It's
do
AC.
that. It's AC.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm something about that ride.
Okay, so
It's a
for
turn
me,
on.
Frozen
It
is
does.
like a close runner-up. Spaceship Earth is another close runner-up, but I'm gonna have to go Soarin'.
That was a good one. Soren's a top three. I mean,
So, Cosmic Rewind, nothing against it.
I love
it's
it.
great.
Yeah.
We get to ride it.
like I will argue that because of the food and the rides they keep adding to Epcot, it is quickly becoming the best park of the
Yeah,
resort.
I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
It is.
It's a great park.
They keep adding great stuff. Because
It's one of the ones we got-
Ratatouille is great too.
Yeah.
I heard that one was really good.
Yeah, it's
We hadn't done that
super-
one yet
no,
either.
it's so good, and I feel like if you're going for just a one day, like it's easy to pick Epcot, even though it doesn't hold my favorite ride of all the parks.
Right.
Like it's such a good park.
It's such a great park.
So, one thing about Epcot and the first half of Test Track, where you design everything
You like
and all that.
part?
I like that part, but if there would be a way on this next trip to cut it off after the design part and take the boys and exit them stage right and us just ride, because I feel like, especially, well, Drake and Ryder both, if they're able to get through the line, I don't know if they're going to be tall enough. They're going to love that part. I mean, because you can
Oh, it's so
make the
cool.
tires big, and you can do
Yeah.
this and that and blah blah blah. So if they are tall enough, I think they're going to
Love it.
love that part, and once they get on, they're going to be
Yeah.
terrified.
Well,
This is kinda-
you can go in the back, like where the exit is, and there are things set up for them to be
Yeah.
able to just do that part.
Yeah.
Well, and I would say I'm really excited about the remake, going back to World of Motion.
Yeah, me too.
Mm.
I don't love Test Track.
Me neither.
I think the design part, once you do it as an adult, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Like, but for kids, I think the idea for kids, I think it was very, very cool. The only part of the Test Track ride I like is when it goes outside and you go 65 miles an hour, which is really not that fast if you really think about it.
Right.
We think of like removing the rest of it. I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
But now if it was cars,
Oh,
100%.
it's
That's
the
completely
scenery. It's
different.
not even the ride. It's the scenery. You're
Yeah,
literally
like
getting the
in-
movie.
But I think it goes
Yeah.
back to like what we're talking about Rock and Roller Coaster. Like it's the feeling of it.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
It's the whole
Like
thing.
I don't care anything about being in a limo going to Aerosmith's concert. I would
Right.
much rather because you could do literally any Disney IP, not IPA, IP, and it'd be cool. Like you could
Right.
just about put anything in there.
that made me think, like, from the last Get to Know You, that something I'm excited about is the boy, like, experiencing different rides with them and, like, how we're going to feel with them experiencing it for the first time. Like,
No,
it's going to
it's-
hold a different meaning
Once,
to us
once your
than
kids like, because I'll say this countdown has been really cool with our kids being able to like actually argue about what they vote on.
Oh
They
yeah.
actually have an opinion.
Did you know that your son texted me?
He told me this
He was
morning.
texting everybody trying to keep Mary Poppins from winning.
Yeah.
So last park range.
All right. So clearly, best for last. Magic Kingdom. I mean, there's so many great rides, but I just can't.
See, I don't know what any of the three of y'all are going to pick. Everybody knows what I'm going to pick.
So I'll go ahead and disclaimer my two rides,
I know. No, sorry.
and they're close to each other. Completely different type of rides, but Space Mountain or Carousel of Progress. And I mean, if there's a ride, attraction, whatever you want to call it, I don't care what you call it, and it literally has me singing at the top of my lungs every time it switches, and I know the words to the songs, and I have the words to the song hung up in a picture frame in our laundry room.
You're winning.
Like
Like you've done it.
like that is the ride.
Yeah.
Like that is the one. And so, although I do absolutely love Space Mountain for sure, I'm jetting in. I'm going to see the castle, ride Carousel, and head on out.
It's a little trickier for me because I
Yep.
have like memories of 2 rides. But if I could only ride one, like if that makes it worse. I guess I'm gonna. You know what? Y'all go ahead. I gotta think a little bit longer on this one.
You go.
So everybody knows in mine is Haunted Mansion. Like it's not even close. So
Yeah.
I was going to go ahead and do my number 2 because I mean
Haunted Mansion, obviously. Yeah.
Haunted Mansion wins. The funny part is it narrows down to the same 2 that Range said: Space Mountain, Carousel Progress. And for me, it's the 2 are different. I love Carousel for every reason Range said: singing it, the top of my lungs, everything about it.
Your wife's leaving.
Not allowing you to sleep through the ride. I just love the ride. Space for me, just because of the memories. Like
Yeah.
I don't. It's still as a 42-year-old man does something to me when you start walking, and whether you're actually walking down, when it feels like you're walking, like you go down the stairs and you're walking down into the tunnels and it's getting dark. Like it does. It just excites me in a different way. So I would probably say my number 2, barely beating out Carousel, is Space. And and honestly, it probably just depends on the day, because I love them both
For sure.
immensely, like
Yeah.
for different, valid, completely different reasons.
So mine was Splash. So I'm gonna assume that Tiana's Bayou Adventure is going to reclaim that position.
Well, you can't assume that yet because you ain't ride it. So.
I haven't gotten to ride it yet. So if I can't pick Splash,
You can't.
then I'll go Haunted Mansion.
Really?
Okay. Wow.
I knew you liked it a lot. I didn't know you liked it that much.
Yeah,
Who knew?
I do like it a lot. But mostly because of how much you like it. Because you are like a little kid.
I am.
Yeah.
And honestly, one of my greatest forever Disney memories will always forever be
Ethan.
the first time I took him. Like, and I pumped him up, like, this is your daddy's favorite ride. He's like, I'm going to do it, Dad. And Ethan is like his dad. He's very skittish of scary things. So we're in the line, and he's real light-footed. And there's one of the statues where there's a guy in the tub, and he snores, and he sneezes, and water shoots out. And that water hit Ethan, and he looked at me and said, nope, and took off running
Yeah.
between people, and I'm trying to catch him. I will never forget that, because he was like, I was down, Dad, until this happened. But he got on it and rode it.
Okay, after hearing those things, the ride that I'm like pumping the boys up the most to ride with me is Big Thunder. And like we rode it like the first time we went as adults and got to ride it at night. Like that was my first ride as an adult, and like I loved it. But honorably mentioned is Space Mountain.
Yeah.
Because as a kid, like I kicked and screamed and was crying the whole way up the line. And like my dad made me get on it, and I like at the time I hated like drops and like anything like that. And I read the sign and it's saying it, you know, it's like there's some slight drops in darkness, and little kid me is just freaking out like, please no. I think I cried the whole time, but yeah, I would say Big Thunder, and like I've been pumping the boys up like,
It's a good
are
one.
you gonna ride Big Thunder with me? And like so,
There's
I'm
so
gonna
many
go
good
with
ones in Magic Kingdom. It's hard.
It's hard
Yeah.
to pick. It's hard to
Yeah,
pick.
for sure. There's a bunch.
Well, cool. Well, that was an awesome get to know you. Don't forget that this coming up Wednesday is Jessica and Range in the hot seat. So please join in with us. Podcast at 2 p.m. YouTube at 4. Hope to see you there, and we'll see you on Wednesday, guys.